It's hella expensive. You know, Bane from Batman. I didn't think I would ever say that, but I hope that's just one feather. Yeah. I bet you it will sound freaking insane. It's nice weather, right? What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this POV review by AUTOBHAN. My name is Max, and today we are taking a look at the all new, well, it's not all new because it took us a while to drive this car, but it is fairly recent, the Audi RSQ8. It is basically an Audi RS6, but a higher version, or is it a Lamborghini Urus for a better price? I don't know, maybe both. Let's find out. Today I'm going to show you around it, show you the spec we've got it in, because it's black like every freaking Q8 I've ever seen and every RS6 of this generation I've ever seen. So I'll talk you around it, and then we'll take it for a drive towards the Autobahn to see if we can reach the top speed of, spoiler alert, 305 kilometers an hour. And why do I say spoiler alert? Because that means that we have the Dynamic Plus package. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to receive updates when we upload a new video. And if you're part of the almost 80% of our viewers who do watch our videos regularly but are not subscribed, please consider subscribing because it really helps us out. Okay, so let's take a look at this car, and let's start by seeing what is RS about this car, because the Q8 in general, like a regular Q8, already looks pretty aggressive, and it looks pretty RS-y, if you ask me. The RSQ8 has, well, it's hard to see that now, but it has this Bane mask, you know, Bane from Batman. It has this Bane mask. That's this entire part, this entire front part is completely black. You can go for black or brushed aluminium or carbon fiber. But if you have like a silver car with a black mask, it really looks like a mask, but it does look cool and aggressive. RSQ8 badge right there, all black. This car has a black package, of course, so everything is blacked out. It has super aggressive air vents right here, massive inlets, a lower front splitter for the RSQ8, this part, to make it look more aggressive. Of course, we've got those really cool daytime running lights, which are also the indicator lights, which run progressively. Looks really cool. And now for these massive wheels, they are absolutely enormous. 23 inch. As standard, you get 22 inch, but I mean, the car can definitely have these 23s. It definitely works. Because it's such a massive car, but also because it's like this coupe thing and it's really wide, it works. I didn't think I would ever say that, but 23 inch works. As I said, we've got the RS Dynamic Plus package, and that means that we also have the carbon ceramic brakes. As standard, you get 420mm steel brakes, which is fairly big. But if you upgrade to these carbon ceramics, they are 440 mils, which is massive. With these enormous brake calipers, as you can see, they are freaking huge. That's because they are 10 piston brake calipers. Yeah. The brakes on this car are something serious. And as I said, we've got that RS Dynamic Plus package, which is a super expensive option. 17,500 euros here in the Netherlands, and for that money you get, as I said, those carbon ceramics, the race top speed to 305 kilometers an hour, the active anti-roll system, and a Audi Sport rear differential. So you do get some cool stuff, and you should absolutely take that option. You should check that box, because one, you want that active stabilization because it works really well, but two, you can't have the race top speed without the carbon ceramics, and I think that is a really good decision by Audi, and I think that this should be done by more manufacturers. You can only get the 305 kilometers an hour top speed if you go for the ceramics. It just makes sense with a 2.3 ton car. Now, as I said, we've got the black package, so this is all blacked out. Looks really cool, nice and aggressive. And at the rear we've got another RSQ8 badge, and this car also has the sport exhaust optional, which means that you get these black oval exhaust tips as well. They are fake. It's part of the bumper. You can see the actual exhaust pipes in there, and also this fake honey grade thing. It's just plastic that it's not open. I don't like that. And of course we've got the very cool rear lights of the Q8. It just, yeah, it looks really, really good. Let me know what you think of the way it looks. You can elaborate in the comments. And then for another, let me know if you would rather have a Lamborghini Urus or this RSQ8. Considering it's like 80,000 euros more expensive, the Urus. Let me know. And let's take a look at the engine. It is the 4-liter V8 bi-turbo, of course, 600 horsepower and 800 Newton meters, exactly the same as the Audi RS6, of course. It does have 48 mild hybrid technology like the RS6, and that is also why this car has that active anti-roll stabilization. So the anti-roll system works really cleverly because it can decouple when you're going straight. So in a corner it's stabilizing actively, so it's preventing the car rolls around, so it keeps it steady. But when you're going straight you don't need that, so the system decouples, and that means that it's more comfortable. So you both have more comfort and more dynamic ability, so it is a no-brainer if you ask me to go for that system. It works really well. It also means that you can coast with the engine turned off for up to 40 seconds, which is quite long. Pretty cool. Oh, I hope that's just one feather. Yeah. So of course we'll take a look on the inside as well. And there we can see that we have carbon fiber on the dash, and we have black leather. That's basically it, and some black Alcantara, of course, in the doors as well. But it is a very nice interior. I really like the fact that this center stack is high, the dash is high, so you feel like you're, you know, in a cocoon of Audi RS-ness. Which is nice. It is a very cool cabin, and we've got Alcantara on the gear lever and on the steering wheel as well. A full Alcantara steering wheel, which is nice. And well, we'll start it up. As I said with the RS6, I'm not that impressed with the sound, even with this sport exhaust. This is comfort mode. It has some nice burbles very distantly. But when we put it in sport, you can see the car lowering. I don't know if you guys can see that, but we have adaptive air suspension as standard. I don't hear any difference. No, I don't hear any difference. Okay, so the sound is not that impressive. Just get an aftermarket exhaust like in a Grappovich or something. I bet you it will sound freaking insane. Okay, that's it. Let's go for a drive. And I'll get the speedo cam going for you guys so we can include that cool rev counter. This one. Very nice. We've also got the RS monitor right there, which allows us to see some data like angle. You can see the air suspension lowering now because we are in RS1. We're going to switch to RS2. You can also see the tire pressures, the temperatures. I really like this, so you can actually see the brake disc temperature, the gear oil temperature, sport differential temperature, everything. I really like that. Good thinking Audi. And a G meter, don't care about that. So we will get this one here and we'll take it for a drive to see what this beast is like. Now, it is quite aggressive in this RS2 mode. And the Quattro system, when you drive it regularly, it sends like 60% to the rear and 40% to the front. So it is actually rear biased, which is, you know, quite unique for Quattro. but it can send up to 75% to the front and up to 85% to the rear. So when you do a launch control, let's do one now. It actually sends 85% to the rear, and that means that the rear squats down like that. And then you go and it releases everything. And you're doing 0 to 100 in 3.8 seconds or 3.63 we have been able to measure, which is freaking quick, especially for, you know, a 2.3 ton car. It's seriously impressive. It also has rear wheel steering, and together with that 600 horsepower, 800 Newton meters, that active stabilization, that quattro system, it all means that this car feels super planted. It is seriously impressive. Okay, little sound check in the tunnel. Still not convinced about the sound. So compared to a Lamborghini Urus, what does it feel like? Well, the Urus feels definitely more powerful. It also feels more aggressive even. An Urus has 650 horsepower, of course. This has 600. So we are going to take it to the Autobahn right now to see what this car feels like on the Autobahn. Because the Audi RS6 I drove, the new one, I was not really blown away by the performance of that car, especially at higher speeds. I felt like, you know, 260 to 300 kilometers an hour took way too long. So we're going to see if that's the case with this one, or that it feels different, or curious to see. We'll just keep it in RS2. It's just the way to go. Everything in dynamic mode. Full throttle, and let's see if we can get to that 305 top speed. And that air suspension, I mean, I think I said this in the regular Q8 review as well. I absolutely love it. For this car, they did make it a little bit stiffer, a little bit firmer, but it is still so comfortable and it soaks up everything. It's really impressive. So that's 290, but we've got some cars here, so have to abort that run. Carbon ceramics doing their job nicely, although I do feel like they could be a little bit more aggressive on the initial pedal touch, so they should bite a little bit more, but you do feel like, you know, there's a lot of braking power behind that. Okay, here we go again. So again, you have to compare it to the RS6 and the Urus. I think because you have to be able to place this car and to be able to accept its existence. How much slower is it than an Urus? Well, we measured the Urus at 8.6 seconds from 100 to 200. We measured this one at 9.4, so that's 0.8 of a second, which is not bad, I would say, but it's definitely slower. Compared to an RS6, 9.4 for this one, 8.77 for the RS6. So an Urus is actually faster than an RS6, I just realized, which is also quite interesting. The frick are you doing? No, okay, let's go. As you can see, you do need quite some space for this car to reach its top speed. I am trying. So how does it compare to the stats Audi themselves give? Well, it should do 9.9 seconds from 100 to 200. So it is actually half a second quicker than they say, which is impressive. Yeah, you guys are going to do anything this weekend, or it's nice weather, right? Yes. I have to keep it through this corner, otherwise we're never going to reach it. 297. Man, I don't know how long I've been. This is insane. you need an insane amount of space to do this. And even if you do have that space, I'm not sure you're actually going to reach it. 3-1, come on, 3-2. No, not going to do it through this corner with those trucks. I mean, I actually know that 302 on the speedo is 291 GPS. So how the hell are we ever going to reach 305? Because I am hoping that they mean 305 GPS speed and not 305 on the speedo, because that's just bullcrap. Yeah. So you're paying for something, the race top speed, the RS Dynamic Plus package. It's hella expensive, and you need like 20 kilometers of straight, a little bit downhill maybe. I think that's how they did it. Yeah, it's a bit weird and a bit disappointing, to be honest, but we know that this drivetrain, this engine, I don't know if it's the OPF crap, but it just doesn't feel that powerful at the top of the range. If you are at high speeds, it just doesn't feel that powerful. So with that, I'm going to end it here. I hope you enjoyed it. You can subscribe by clicking the big button right there. You can also check out this video or go check out this playlist. See you at the next one. Bye.